Hi folks, this is Lee Murphy, artbyleemurphy.com, and an update and a milestone of sorts. Yay, all of the filth and nasty gunk that was clogging up this trailer is now gone. It's down to a skeleton where I'm about halfway through de-rusting, treating for rust, and then priming it here. I had to learn the hard way that after a couple of go-rounds with the de-rusting stuff to put the primer on it pretty quick, because right now we're in the high 90s and total saturation humidity, and this stuff flash rusts really quickly, and I didn't want to have to keep doing that. But fortunately, the last thing done was to clean all the gick out of, I guess it's called a whiffle tree, this little mechanism where it winds up to pull the cables to raise the roof. And it was full of rotten floorboards, dead animals, and dirt dauber nests, and all kinds of stuff. And it was all mixed in with what was left of the axle grease that keeps it going. But now it's all clean and ready for a new layer of axle grease, and I'm covering it up with a board so I can work it and not get it all messed up again. Because, as you can see, I'm about halfway done with priming the frame for painting, but there's still a lot of rust and gick along the outsides that has to be scraped off and treated. And then I discovered that pulling this off, the steps off, and priming it, is all of these bolts are rusted right about here, and that's what it looks like beforehand, and here's what it looks like afterwards with new stainless steel. Because after these, big glare in the sun, after I soak these things overnight in rust eliminator, they're still too far gone to safely reuse. And now that this is all taken apart, it's never going to be easier to get to these small details and make sure that it's as safe and as clean and long-lasting as possible. And I'm actually very glad that I pulled out this old gas line system. I kind of figured it wasn't very trustworthy, and sure enough, about half of this was full of what looked and smelled like used cooking oil, rancid, old, nasty, gunky stuff, and that would have been a complete disaster. Dangerous, definitely expensive, and probably dangerous too, so I'm very glad I didn't do that. So, you know, and the neat thing is nowadays, when this was built, you know, you didn't have as many options for when it came to, you know, cooking and cooling and all that stuff, but now we have so many different options. Like, probably going to get rid of this, or patch in a piece of aluminum to cover up these holes where the furnace and the refrigerator used to be, because now you can get so much better, more efficient, smaller things that don't need this sort of ventilation. At my refrigerator unit I have is a little tiny, I think it's 15 liters, but I'm just me, and it doesn't need that big ventilation space. It even ventilates out to the front, so I can close all that up, keep one less or a few less places for rain and bad weather to get in, and bugs and what have you. So yeah, it's progress, and I guess this is a wonderful reason to celebrate that no more gick. All of the original gick is gone, so whatever else is left is my creation. So anyway, making progress slowly, even though it's so hot out here. But the main thing that has actually slowed me down is actual ignorance and fear of what I'm doing. The weather is bad, but the main thing really slows me out is my own mind. So, well, hopefully that will help, and informative maybe, and thanks for watching. Now I got to get back to work on covering up this whiffle tree. Thank you.